Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Sandwalkers, or welcome back to it if you got my previous coverage. It's 50% off on the Steam Autumn Sale, and I figured that's a good enough opportunity for me to come back and do another run of this game. So if you haven't seen it before, it is a caravan voyage roguelite, where you are venturing into the desert to try and find clues as to the whereabouts of the missing world tree, which has dried, died, or otherwise disappeared in such a way that the whole world is slowly turning into a desert, and presumably all life, as the people in this world know it, is going to go kaput as a result of that. Anyway, I came out in 1.0 a while back. I think it's largely done with development. I don't think it's gotten any like major patches in a while, and I wouldn't really expect it to. Yeah, just small little hot fixes over the last couple months. And it looks like they were doing some balancing, but that's about it. And that's okay. But yeah, 50% off down from 20 to 10 is a very good price for what it is. It's made by the Legend of Keepers developers, which was kind of like a Dungeon Keeper, Darkest Dungeon kind of game. That was fun. I didn't like it as much, nearly as much as this one. And so I'll pop into this one every once in a while and be like, yeah, where's that? Where is it at? So what is our team, by the way? So we've got a Royal Assassin. Oryxol Assassin. Okay. So, does damage and bleeding. Damage and moves backwards. Traits. Reveals one group of enemies nearby and provides galvanized in combat. More damage from the back rank and more max supplies. Might as well. Well, do we want to level them up? Generally, I go for my tanks to level them up so they're more durable. So it recovers health when resting, brings movement cost down to 0. Yeah, Elephant Man. Damage an easy target. Oh, we might actually want to upgrade this guy. He has no means of giving himself shield. He gets a little bit, but that's it. Okay, Barrier. Removes a stack to dodge the next debuff. Okay, debuff removal is kind of interesting. Yeah, I'll go for that. Unfortunately, yeah, him being unable to tank naturally is going to be a little tricky, but he does start with 45, so maybe it's not so bad. Let's see. When we go with this one then. So, so this straight up just lets me heal a target. Yeah, let's snag that. Because healing is kind of hard to come by in this. Looks like we can keep upgrading these characters. I don't know how much we have. Because I think this is a resource we spend. Or maybe I'm wrong. Okay. So, memory overload does damage. Target doesn't have a shield, does more damage. One target. Why is this one just worse? For damage and mental weakness. This would be good if I had multiple people doing it. So I think I'm gonna go for Soul Corruption because it seems to just do more damage. Maybe it's got a longer cooldown or something. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so mutilation damage. If the target is bleeding, maybe more damage? Retaliation, galvanized and thorns, or damage an open wound. More damage from bleeding. Ooh. Oh, this hits everybody. I think we're gonna go for Steel Volley. Good for softening people up. Okay, so now what do we want to do? I guess the main question is, yeah, seek Umama. Do we have any other caravan quests? Okay, Mother Tree Fragments. Find all fragments. And the Jet Fetish. Find the Nebulous Wreck. Melkin's Cannon, head of the Aniromancer cult of Musa Wenkosi, wish for us to recover a fetish designed for his chapel. Okay, recommended level reached. Same thing with fragments, we just have to find them. Yeah, unfortunately do not know how to solve that one. Part of the problem is I specifically... Oh, can I actually change it? Is there... Oh, this is the way to pin them. I was hoping I could link this, but yeah, find the nebulous wreck. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any... Oh. Uso and Kosi. Jet fetish. Here we go. Okay, so I'm here, so we want to loop down and over. Or over and down. I think we might actually be able to go kind of diagonally down from here and reach this, because completing some of these open world quests is going to give us a boost. So I could go to this guy and fight him. Could go here and grab some supplies. But it's going to cost me almost as much. No, it's probably still worth it. We're just going to kind of loop up and around. Because every time I pass through each of these... oh, we have an upper limit to how much food we can gather. Well, I mean, it's not a bad idea. So, because this is a roguelite, you are meant to lose. One of the things that makes it kind of neat, though, is that, like, map information and upgrades back at town carry over from run to run, as do quests. Fountain of Blood. Legends spoke of many strange events that could barely convince any skeptic. As such, we didn't think that anyone would believe us when we related what we saw that day, a fountain from which blood flowed instead of water. Drink from the fountain, starts combat. Place bait. Starts combat with the exalted status. Levitate the blood into gourds, but we need a hydromancer. Let's place bait. Cautious and remembering some ancient stories, we placed some bait on the pool of blood and stood away to observe what would happen. What happened to the bait froze us with horror, and we could only imagine what would have happened if it had been us. Ready, we drew our weapons and walked towards the hideous creature. Now, I might be underleveled for this, we will see. No, this is doable. Okay, so hope, increased shield, and positive events. Fight. So, it is a bloodworm and 2 blood leeches. Bite. Easy target. Damage taken from the next attack increased. And what is this one? Rock Blade. Moves forward. So it seems like both of them are kind of angling to hit my teller, which isn't great. So I could do bleeding, or I could do steel volley, then bleeding. And if I take their shields off, they get stunned. It's not great. Let's just hit this one. Oh, why is he in front? That's no good. Yeah, so he's stunned, can't do anything. Suffers 4 damage at the end of turn, ignores stack. So it might not be a bad idea to do weakened on them, because they take extra damage and aren't going to be as effective in combat. Okay, so physical shell. If I do that, we just get more shields. Let's see. Forget how to... I don't think you can manually move ever, which is a little unfortunate. I don't know, do we just stun him? Okay, I'm just gonna do charge. Take this guy out completely. Oh, moves backwards is... moves my ally backward, or moves the enemy backwards. Well, it's fine. None of these things were a threat to me. But I'm gonna have to reorganize this party. Somehow. So we get some meat for our trouble, and some resources. Okay, how do I change my party lineup? Manage position. Okay, here we go. There we go. He shouldn't be in front. Okay, close out of this. Yeah, so we're going to kind of fight things in the area and then loop down for that quest, because we do want to get some experience before we go into things. Alright. Do we want to start with Steel Volley? A lot of them aren't even stunned. Steel Volley would certainly soften some of them up. And stun that one, so sure. Mockery, Stinging Leech. None of them are amazing. Who's next and where are they aiming? Well, he's hitting both, which is rude. Let's take that guy out of commission completely. I think the rest aren't going to be too damaging. Bleed is slightly annoying. But I don't have too much to worry about. Find the target, so that would hit both of them. Do Inquisitive Stare. No, let's just do that. Soften him up. So if I do Death Pulse, we can just take this guy out completely. Okay, so the bleed is hurting through it, but that's fine. Go for this one, because I think this guy is stunned or something. Oh no, he's just next. And just take him out the rest of the way. Easy peasy. What is this? I have no idea. One day, a frail skiff flew over us. The boat skidded to a halt right in front of us, and a bespectacled human appeared. Preparing for a pirate attack, we reached for our weapons. However, he gave us a friendly wave and asked us if, by chance, we needed a helping hand. So, ask for charity, or we could trade? Starts combat. I see. Pirates. Well, that's fine. I am unbothered by pirates. So if I do this, they're not going to take too much damage. It just kills this guy. So, yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, we're looking to plunk those shields off if we can. Hit that guy. Yeah, because if we break their shield, they can't hit me. If they can't hit me, then I can just kind of chill. Okay, charge. And if I did Death Pulse, we can just kill that guy and get a bunch of shields. That's a good move. Okay, weaken him, or at least stun him. Yeah, this is cakewalk. Mostly. I forget how good the music is. Okay, so we get an engraved bracelet, so trade good. Lockpick. And some fruit. And some experience, so I can actually level somebody up. I think I'm gonna go for this guy. They need something that gives me like a group bleed. So we could upgrade Dagger Play. Which is our just regular attack. Otherwise we could upgrade his out of combat ability. No, I'm gonna go with this one. More damage, more damage. A group bleed would be... Oh, we were just full, maybe? I don't know, we'll be fine. Watchtower gives us a bunch of vision. Oh, I need Macerate. I'm gonna go back in, I think. Yeah, this is dead. So I don't have pirates. Okay, the day slowly left us in the cold company of the moon and a chill wind preventing us from starting a fire. Sleep without it. Hope decreases a little. Or continue forward, we'll lose some HP. But they become melancholic. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna lose a little bit of hope. Also needed Macerate. God dang. It's fine. We have plenty of ways of getting food here. This is what I get for trying to be cheeky and exploring a bunch. Okay, how are we doing resource-wise? Not amazing. Okay, now we're in a better spot. So let me take a look. I'm just gonna head to, oh, this requires macerate as well. The resource I actually don't have. Yeah, the hotter the desert, the more food we lose. Get a well. And this is some pretty hot desert. Okay. Well, we're doing fine. It's just these guys. So, do I want to just toss the knives? Toss the knives. Gives them the stun. And that just kills them. Alright. I think we're very much okay here. So do I do Death Pulse? Kill that guy? Sure. Dagger Blade doesn't actually kill him. Gives him the bleed, though. I should probably actually start using them to heal. Because why not? Okay, someone here met their fate. So we get Astrolipid and our Herbal Cure. Or climb upon the... Okay. Probably go with these two. Managed to gather some materials from the broken convoy. So we have a Drylands Observatory. It's going to cost us a lot of food getting to it, though. But I think it's worth it. Oh, there's a fight. Hey. More things to fight, the more opportunities I have to get goodies. So... you can wreck these guys. This thing, I don't know. Otherwise I can chunk some shields down. We don't get much opportunity here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to break one of these guys. This one? Yeah. Ouch. Bombardier Beetle hurts. That's okay, though. We punched those two guys. Yeah. So if I do Death Pulse, I can kill either of them? Yeah. Just remove them from existence. Yeah, I'll just take him out. Okay. I could weaken them. Yeah, I think I'm going to proactively go for the weaken, because he's going to be hitting this one. And they don't have any shields, so that hurts. Yeah, let's make him an easy target. Because we need to make sure that he gets toasted. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to hit him. Unfortunately, they have tons of shielding. The guy in the back? Yeah. Stun him out of it. I mean, we'll just hit the elephant, who is got plenty of HP, kind of. Okay, stunned. Probably might as well use that. Get some shields back. Not that they needed it. Okay, so we don't actually want to kill this right now. We want them to get a turn to do the night song. Oh. Tragically, cannot heal themselves. I guess that actually makes sense. So I might want to see if I can overlevel them to just make them a little tankier. Maybe. Not the best position to be in, but we got some stuff. Yeah, let's level them up. It's a little bit more damage weakened. Reduce movement cost by 2 for the next 10 moves, 15 moves. I think I'm going to go for Travel Song because I think we're going to need that. Plonk that open and see what we got. Reveal an area of the map. Trade goods. We do have extra food that I can eat if I need to, which is often worth it. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way over here. I haven't got the food that we needed, but I have some options. Bring movement cost down to 0 for 5 turns. Okay. One inky night, we heard a strange, consistent tinkling sound in the middle of nowhere. Something with bells was staggering in our direction. Soon a masked and meager being entered the halo of our fire. Terrified, we grabbed our weapons, but the creature seemed to ignore us and just kept moving forward. Take them down. Get some space gems. And we lose some HP, or lose a little bit of hope. I don't know what the heck space gems are for. I'm gonna let them pass. We calmed down and managed to remain silent as they passed. We could only wish them a quick death in the desert, but who knew if that fate was actually what fate actually had in store for them. Grab another one of these. Okay. Crystal formation will be good. Yeah, I've got some supplies. And if we can solve this quest, hopefully it gives us a perk. Maybe. So we need to make sure, aim for this guy. Or everybody. Makes my life easy. Damage and poison, damage and weakened. That just messes him up. A little bit of shield gain, but it ain't gonna help you at all. Dang, the elephant doesn't do any damage. Then again, I suppose I am probably overpowered for this region and point in the game. Maybe. Sometimes it's good to be slightly overpowered, though. And here's the jet fetish we need. Oi. The pirates driven away, we quickly found the fetish, which is in fact huge. More statue than fetish. Carry such an item would not be easy. But that's our goal. Looks like there's a heck of a lot of enemies that have shown up, too. Well, I could go down here. Let me see what I've got. It looks like we've got a much more, like, consistent train if I go this direction. Okay. Reveals group of enemies nearby. Bury at the start of combat. Reduces movement cost by 2. For the next X number of moves. Could go to the Beatles. Really curious about what this is. Yeah, I got some resources. And who knows, I might be able to get some food off of this. Resistance, neutral, neutral. So I think I might go for that. Give them the open wounds. So we do enough bleed to make it worth. Okay. So, damage, target, speed, regenerating shields, and charge. Moves target backwards. I think I'm going to hit him. Because I don't want my party to be futzed with. I think I'm going to prep this guy for destruction. Because we can do dagger play to finish him off. And then if I'm lucky... Yeah, take his shields off so he can't do anything. Hit them both. It's mostly fine. So this character automatically starts combat with the exalted status. Yeah, how is this character getting their shields back? I have no idea, actually. Okay, let's just heal somebody. Really wish they could heal themselves. I know there's like one or two... I know there's a character perk that gives them regeneration, which I've had in the past and is extremely good. Well, let's work on this guy. Let's see. So boost charge so it does a little bit more damage. Burying gives a bit of shields. I'm gonna go with this one. Not that it's particularly good. Okay, amethyst crystal. Oh, but we don't have that as a thing that I can work with. Quest items. Yeah, I don't think we have any accessories we can stack on these characters. Do I want to check this out? I do, but we're not in a good position resource-wise. That's going to cost us a lot. Okay, so we're trying to go this direction. I'm thinking I'd just go straight past the ants. Chances are that that one's going to give me enough food. Maybe. This sucker is annoying. But he's going to be hard to chunk through. So I think I'm just going to stun that guy. Probably better that I just focus on hitting the two ants. Okay. Yeah, so I could do barrier. Something an easy target. So that's not great. Or is that? It's not terrible. It's better than hitting those two. Because we kind of want to prep them for a kill. Do that, doesn't finish them off. But he's doing health regen, he's just doing damage. So we'll just kill this guy. Probably just give it the poison. Does poison go down? Yes. I probably should have made it an easy target. That's okay. Nuke his shields off. Yeah, luckily this guy hasn't been really doing much of anything here. Should we kill either of them? The answer is no. But we don't really need to. They're stunned out. Take some bleed. So might as well make them an easy target. And we are good. Mostly good. Let's let me level somebody else up. I think just them? Yeah, it's worth it. Okay, movement cost down to 0 for 8 turns, which is good. Death Pulse gives Galvanized as well. Yeah, that's really good. Soul Corruption does more damage, and that is worth it as well. Okay, big nest. It reveals enemies nearby. So we could go down here and fight this thing. I think I'm just going to head for the nest. Because once we're up in here, we have plenty of opportunities for food. We discovered vast terraced fields under rapid harvest by a veritable army of Flaywinds. Not all the crops seemed to be ripe, but we were told that a storm was approaching. They were already doubting whether there were enough to save what could be preserved. So, this would actually be really good, but I'd need a botanist. This would be good if... But I need a hydromancer, but I can help harvest. All Yuandians depended on the terracer harvests. We put down our gear and helped them. We thus succeeded in picking all that was edible before the arrival of the storm. Okay, and yeah, now we can just come back here comfortably. I guess I'm gonna actually scoot up for these. Because we want to grab what we can. I forgot, never mind, map progress is not carried over. Some map things are, but not much. Okay, so we are respected here. A soft warmth enveloped us as we entered the tree. We were submerged in its heady aromas and birdsong mixed with the bustle of macaw. We were home. So pharmacy can get some medicine. We could recruit a character. Would I want to? Not overwhelmingly. I'm pretty happy with who I have. Okay, merchants. A macaw merchant needed us to escape his debts. Strange individual dressed like you might imagine a city dweller forced to cluelessly venture into the desert would... Strange individual dressed like you might imagine a city dweller forced to cluelessly venture into the desert would rush towards us. Not sure about the translation on this one. He asked to join the caravan. We warned him of the dangers ahead, but he replied that there was nothing more dangerous than the moneylenders relentlessly coming after him. Sure. We agreed that he could. It was part of a caravan's job to escort occasional travelers to destinations no one else could reach. He did, however, warn us to keep some money handy in case the lenders managed to catch up. And thus was the start of our travels. Sure, so reach the con. And then Melkin's cannon. Head of the Neuromancer cult wanted the fetish back. Incredibly, the cannon fell slowly to his knees. Here it is, he murmured while raising his arms before taking our hands. Thank you. You have no idea what this fetish represents. Future generations will remember those who brought it here. We remained silent, surprised by such fervor. The fetish had no connection to the ancestors, spirits, or trees the macaw worshipped. Neuromancy was, however, an ever-evolving art, and other tribes did indeed worship statues. Who were we to judge? An advisor agreed to meet us. As he sifted through the archives, he found that the refugees from Yaz had been found drifting through the desert a few months before. The report was sadly light on details. He encouraged us to seek traces of other Yozian migrants to see if they needed help. And these will give me fragments, which we need. So what else do we have? Service board. Nothing. Market, rest. We might as well rest. Because it resets them back up to full health and gets me some other stuff. So we can also trade here. Unfortunately, almost none of these are worth extra. But we are near full health, so... I don't think I can equip this. So combat consumables aren't useful. Yeah, so even though the prices here are kind of bad, better to just offload than keep them around for some reason. Okay, so what can I buy here? Equipped onto a caravan member, granting them passive benefits. That's pretty good. Can't do crystals. Can't do fetishes. Will. I think I'm going to snag that one. Nopalberry. And Maceret. Dang, that's expensive stuff. Throw in a pickaxe or two? Yeah, Skull Fetish is probably a little pricey. If I do that, that's about as balanced as I think we're going to be able to get it. Trade. And yeah, it's much better inventory. If I do that and another medicine, we're equal. And now that gives me some amount of space. I think we're just bogged down by herbal cures and food. Which I can't complain about. Okay, so who benefits from high intelligence? I think they do. Oh, that scales off of speed. That's why lethargic venom isn't very good. But you. They scale off of will. So the one artifact that gave more will would have been good. But I think I'm going to throw it on this character. Give them a bit more defense and boost these two moves better. Shame lethargic venom isn't improved. I will keep that in mind in the future that, yeah, the stats do matter. Okay. I don't think we have anything else to do here. Nothing in the service board, so let's just leave. Looks like an easy little quest to complete. I've become increasingly interested in these kind of more Merc Company RPGs as of late. I think part of it is because I want the feeling of an open world exploration RPG and that kind of jazz, but I don't actually want to deal with like full open world exploration in, say, like an Ubisoft game. I mean, part of it is just those games don't really respect your time much. But then also, I think just on a personal level, I just like turn-based games that much more. Okay, we're full health, so we don't need to worry about anything. Get some goodies. Ooh, somebody can level up. I think I'm gonna keep going for the assassin. Retaliation, knife throw. Target, if they don't have a shield, give them bleeding. Mutilation. If they have bleeding, take a ton more damage. I think I'm gonna start with knife throw. Okay, so we can search those surroundings, or... might as well grab those. I'm going over here. Tragedy, a macaque camp at the mercy of the whipping wind, biting sun, and the scorching rain. Not a single plant to create any shade, not an inch of bark for protection. Trembling survivor in rags approached us, surprised at our sudden arrival. He first thought us a Phythic mirage before touching our faces in disbelief. As we began to recover from the shock, he related how Yaws had slowly deteriorated before collapsing entirely. Afterwards, a Dragonopterus caterpillar was discovered within its stump. This was a rare and aggressive species that lived in antiphytic city trees. Many of the Yazians then fled to Tatong and Musu and Kosi, believing that Yaz was lost forever. Well, before the appearance of the Fithy, Uwando must have been quite lovely back then. I think the Fithy is the desert. I love the fact that you can, third oldest city tree of the Fithic age. Datong, major semi-troglodytic city, occupying large territory where the Terrasser Queen lives. Interesting. Oh. They're super dead. Well, I have tons of supplies, so sure. Let's just do this. Okay, so if I do knife throw, ton of damage, and if target doesn't, well, it just kills them. I'll take it. I think it's because they're level 29, or level 1. Like, we're effectively smurfing at this point. But hey, if it means completing a bunch of early game objectives and getting a bunch of stuff. Because we're looking for fragments, and we're looking for that kind of purpley orb thing. As that's what gives us meta progression for future runs. Between the deadwood walls, the wind carried the silence of the market, of sleeping children and of ghostly leaves of yaws. Search. Go down. Curled up within the folds of the dead wood was a growth of cold flesh and ringed chitin. How sad to be forced to reclaim runes from such a rare being. Ancient texts told of a time when the macaw and dragonopterus would share city trees. Since Umama's death, their caterpillars would no longer mature, and surely they were as distressed as we all were. The larva stirred, we drew our weapons. We were what Fithy had turned us into. Interesting, we've got a, actual dungeon to explore. Overloaded inventory, excuse me. Found too much. Let's just eat meat. Oh, eat meat? Okay, now can I move? Yep. Holy smokes. Okay. Luckily, we're all about the right level. But that's a chunky lad. And is going to do gobs of damage to me. So 57 damage and bleeding. Yeah. So we want to just do dagger play here. Because charge is going to do anything. We want to do steel volley, but better to start the bleeding first. Make them weakened. Okay. And so I could do this. I don't know what their next plan is. I'm going to give them a little bit, because the back line is vulnerable. $48 damage, or just shell. Okay, it's just doing Frightening Squeal again. Honestly, boosting the bleed damage is probably a good idea, but I just don't think it's worth it. Yeah, in fact, we kind of just need to kill this thing quick. Because it's only a couple of hits before this character is actually in dire straits. Luckily, we do like 100 damage with a shot. But yeah, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, one more hit and we lose our tank. But I think we win before it hits me again. I think there's a possibility I could have taken him out. No, I don't think I could have taken him out before that last attack. And we get some goodies anyway. Go up. Yaz's humus had remained the fibrous and fertile soil it always was. This kind of ground, called silt, was the only type known to be able to allow a city tree sprout to mature. For the first time in generations, the macaws would be able to plant a new city tree, plant the sprout. Digging the wet soil with our bare hands, we discovered some antiphytic runes. We stayed to search them and found ancient writings our crystal librarians would name fragments. So this puts together the story. Song of the Dragonopterous Rain. It is a hopeful folly to build and take joy in what is built. When the skies rain dragonflies of fire, lightning fields with honeyed darts. Clouds assemble at the gates of deadwood cities. We had not yet understood that it was the time for tears. This epic song fragment talks of a reign of Dragonopterous preceding the arrival of deadwood cities. Studies agree that it should be interpreted as a fleet crossing the Serpentrian Mountains by air. All began with the arrival of the nebulous in Uwando. Before we left, a macaw walked with us in the shade of Yaz's bark. We spoke of caravan chronicles that spoke of friendship between the macaw and terracers, and the hardships our alliance overcame. So rewards a stream of clay houses and bonus reputation. Oh, visit the inhabitants of Tatong. We understood the message. We would seek Tatong, the terracers' troglodytic capital. The place that had allowed them to withstand all types of assaults since Antiphytic times. The last time I played this, I just kind of wandered the hell off. Turns out that was a mistake. Alright, so what are we up to here? I have some supplies. This area is harmless. Got stuff I could wander around and look for. We have taken some damage, which is not great. I'm going to keep leveling this character in hopes that we can get a heal that actually heals them. Brings shield down to 0, but also caster. Oh. Sun Saraband increases shield, otherwise haste. And galvanized. I wish I could see what the upgrade of these did. I think I'm going to just go with the Saraband, because they can use that on themselves, which they for sure need. Let's actually use some medicine here. Mainly because I'm kind of stacked with it. We have another question you want in here? Oh. Exile. Life in Musa Wenkosi had become so awful, the inhabitants were leaving in droves, preferring to venture into the Fithies. Sleep had become impossible, for the nights were darkened with nightmares. Nightmarish transformations. Reputation and hope. As we were about to leave, one of the refugees stationed at the entrance stood up to meet us. Some guards tried to stop him, but we asked them to let him speak. One of the macaw from Musa Wenkosi, where the citizens suffered from terrible nightmares. Many had been left sleepless, their lives suspended, awaiting the slow death of their entire tree. It's found that the dreams ceased at a certain distance, and so some had undertaken a trip to Lekwasi, the only city tree to have survived Antiphytic times, the macaw capital city, and point of departure for caravans. So we can search, get some more food, and what is this? We can rest. Well, now we have reasons to go both directions. Dream People usury. So that's Dream People. Is this... That's Fikri. That's... So I did make it over here. Kind of. Well, do we want to go to Musa Wenkosi, then follow this up? I think so. Because this is easily within spitting distance. Overloaded inventory. What do we have? Too much of. Yeah, can't use them. We could do this. Oh, that might have been too much. Oh well. It's fine. We're not in dire straits. You can fill our gourds, gives us a little bit of hope. Sure. Yeah, we might as well keep fighting, guys. Even if they're laughably easy compared to some other, well, compared to where we're at. Honestly, laughably easy just means I can accrue more resources and hopefully be ready for other big fights. Hopefully we have enough inventory space for that. It looks like we're good. Okay. Scoot down here. Overload. Dang it. Well, it's okay. Still. Okay. That should be good. Okay, so we could do pharmacy, recruitment, market, can't rest. Jet fetish. Again. As soon as we arrived, we were guided by terrible instinct to Melkon's chapel. We were driven by a silent call. Here's the source of the nightmares, a gigantic black fetish that fed Muso and Kosian's dreams, spat back out images of violence and death. In an endless stream, it had to be destroyed. To arms, leave quietly. Oh! We have to... Okay, we have to fight the thing. Flesh puppet. Damage and haste. Hope leech. Okay. This is gonna hurt me. Pretty bad. I guess we weaken it first. Okay, so we have the barrier, but I think we just do Inquisitive Strike. At least it switches its targets up a smidge. Do I just... Yeah, whatever. I'm so overloaded on medicine. We're not going to take too much from it. Easy target. I think the main problem is we're prepping easy target on this one. Alternatively... How much damage is this going to do? I'm actually going to shield up because I want to see... How much damage is that? Yeah, that's gonna do the hit. I'm actually gonna go for that. We're not gonna be able to stop it, unfortunately. Oh, it healed itself. Ouch, that hurt. I'll get the smoking pipe. There's boss fights in this game. Fetish had been brought down. The priests who had been using it, however, had fled. They learned too much from their fetish, and their intentions to hurt the macabre were clear. We had to go after them. The citizens told us that the Aneromancers that had converted to the fetish would often leave the tree to worship in their own monastery. I think we're going to do this quest, probably. Please let me, like, rest. Nope. You know what? I'll take it. Let me leave. We got some things to mess around with. So this character scales off of will. So we might as well give them more. That makes them actually do a decent chunk of damage. Who do we level up? Elephants? Just trying to get this guy to be... Yeah, here it is. Unlock. Raise shield protected. Caster, extra shield, and diverts damage. Otherwise, we have blind or slowed. No, definitely raise shield. Oh, we can level both of them up. Sick. Okay. Unlock mental purge, gives mental weakness, slowed, or memory overload. I think I'm going to go for mental purge, because mental weakness is actually really good for boss fights, seeing as we seem to be doing a number of them. Okay, so what kind of resources do they have that I can trade for? Because we have the dervish that we don't need. We have the crystal that we don't need. We have the pods, black pearls, and that. Because that's not going to help us. Can't equip that. Okay. Oop. Yeah, it's vaguely good enough. I am so overloaded on noble berries and stuff. Which means we're kind of in a good position to just... Oh, I could have actually bought a noble berry? Or no, never mind. And yeah, we have nothing in the service board. Okay. Well, Mission of Vengeance? I think so. Let's check this. Yeah, no. Map progress is carried over. So we have the Dream People all the way over there. And then we have Fikri here. We've gone down here, but this was death. So I think we head for Fikri, reach the con for usury, and then we hopefully loop up for Dream People. And then honestly, we might actually just lose. Okay. Oh, we can pick the lock. Get a creesh. Ooh, agility and shield. As a weapon cache. And then I should remember to actually use this. Return. Grab that. Damage for, what is this? Meteoric acid. Interesting. Yeah, let's stay back in this area. As long as we're in the rainy lands, our food is way less expensive. Ouch. Exile, Geomancy +1. And maybe we find some other useful stuff. A lone character watched as we approached. Looked intently and silently at each of us, all while cleaning his pipe. This should be interesting. Trade. Okay, so what do they have? Fetishes, which I can't equip. A shell horn. Indulgence and will. More will. Sonnets. Sonnets weigh very little. Do 2 more. But I don't think I want to. Yeah, I'd like to get some equipment for my elephant man, but we don't have anything that's really going to work for that. Well, all things considered, we're a little low. Let's eat a noble berry. Let's head for this herd. Alright. That looks like, underground. That looks like a boss or something. We might leave that for a bit. I think one of my first runs of this, I ran into a horror... Okay, these guys are definitely tougher. Let's go for that. Ow. Just hit him. I'll go for the heal after. But yeah, one of One of my first runs of this game, I decided to pick a fight with a giant horror, Ooh. Do you want to set this up? Yeah. Giant horror scorpion, and it kicked my ass so much. Let's just kill that guy. Probably this. Might as well break their bard. Kill that guy before he can do anything. And he's just going to hit my... Oh, no, he's just defending a friend. Works out fine. Let's just give them some shields. I think we're going to bide our time. We'll kill one of these guys. Let's see. Oh, we can't. We can't bide our time. There's no way to delay turn. Unless we had some kind of support action that we could put on one of those characters. Alas. No dice. Oh, we got something here. Alright, I have scouting flares. Like, I've got a couple of things I should probably just use. Where are they? These. That looks like a boss fight. Or at least it's something. But I'm just going to use these because they're... Okay, that's actually really useful information, kind of. Let's go to Unum, because I've never been here before. And we can actually rest. Yes! Higher level recommended. A Rice wanted to acquire metals. He knew where we could find some. I'm going to pick it up anyway. Rice made us an offer over some tea. His blacksmith was in need of metals for weapons. This is no usual trade, however. What he was proposing was for us to plunder a nebulous wreck his scouts had found. Only a caravan such as ours could carry such a valuable and heavy loot. Okay, we got the location of it. Now what do they have? We're looking for... Agility intelligence is kind of good. Can't do fetishes. Will, shield, water resistance. Yeah. Most of this is not particularly helpful. I don't think I'm actually carrying particularly good things at the moment. I kind of am. So I could buy the wicker work. Agility and intelligence, but it's not amazing. Wicker work might be good. What else can I afford? There's a lot of these I could buy and sell elsewhere, but we are so horribly loaded on resources that it's not a good idea. That should be good. Okay, so he's got slightly more will with this, but this gives them water resistance and a little bit more starting shield, which I think is worth the slight cost and damage. I think all of his abilities... Oh, that actually uses intelligence. Ah, that's why Inquisitive Stare isn't particularly good. Oh, that's not helpful, but it's also very light, so we can just keep it. Get some clear water. Nothing on the service board. I think we haven't unlocked it yet. We can look at recruits. Common. Oh, maybe you can find rarer characters later. But yeah, we're maxed out. Can't hold more people. Oh boy, that quest is extremely far away. I'll leave that for later. Go fight an ant. Well, and so far we seem to be doing tremendously better than the last time I played this. This is going to be more harmful. Now, it's not outlandish for me to go for this dude. He's going to be giving himself shield. 65 damage, 56 damage. I forget. I can hit anywhere. Yeah, so this is an option. Never mind, it was a terrible one. I guess we'll set up for a stun on the next. It's fine, we have so many materials. But as long as I don't die to these guys, we're good. They do hurt, though. Okay, do I just do mental weakness? Guess I could have gone for the physical. I'll see if I can knock out the other ant in the back. Okay. Do I want to raise shield? Do I want to do an inquisitive strike? No. I'm going to do that because it'll finish off one of the two ants. Oh, though I should probably have done that up. Well, no. We want to do shells. Some of these would be good, but we need that defense. He's going to take some damage from this. This is rude. It isn't too much of a problem. I'm just going to do soul corruption on that guy. That's the good stuff. Do I do knife throw? We just give this guy bleeding. Well, if I do knife throw, it actually does a decent chunk of damage to both of them. Anybody terribly wounded? They've taken some hits. And we do have medicine. We've got some other things. Yeah, I should have led with that. That's a very good hit. Okay, give them some mental weakness. No, let's just do... Oh, Death Pulse doesn't work on the back. Well, let's give them mental weakness anyway, because we need to get through that shield. I'll just keep doing knife throw. Let's just give them weakness. Actually, it looks like that just stuns them just perfectly. I love the idea that an inquisitive stare would be enough to make an enemy an easier target to such a massive degree of success. Get some more geomancy memories. Okay, so we get another trader. So what do they have? Agility, shield, wind resistance. Intelligence and shield. So, like, not particularly amazing. I think I'm actually going to grab the Plyric. Throw in the pipe. Grab one of those. Good enough trade. Not that it's particularly amazing, but I can throw the Plyric on him just to make Inquisitive Stare do a little bit more damage and have a little bit more starting defense. Okay, so we have... What is that? We've got a weird Bloodwell portal looking thing. Okay, so going through quicksand hurts. Small fountain of health. Ah. Big game tracks require some bait. That requires some macerate. We want to largely go down. I just know this was revealed, and I want to know why. But I don't think it really makes a difference, so let's go here. We want to use this bait anyway. Could the end of the world result from a stinger the size of a cactus thorn? The question sprung to mind as one of us got stung on an ankle and suddenly collapsed, though they had only fainted for a moment as a reaction to the pain. Their fall resulted in head injury. Ow. Manageable. Okay, burn bait, get plenty of resources. What about that? Let's see, inventory. I have a scout flare. I'm going to use it all the way out here. Well, you can use it pretty dang far. Yeah, I'll use it there. If any of you saw my last episode on this, I was exploring this specific section and died horribly here. Be welcome, you daring entrepreneurs, hailed the boisterous character. Did you know today was your lucky day? This is your opportunity to place a bet on seashells. Seashells are the currency of the future. Currency that stood the test of time without ever losing its value. What are you waiting for? Invest now. The way this dude just slid on camera. Creepy. Yeah, we need these fetishes. They're probably actually very good. Ooh, elemental resistance. Phythic armor. Dude's not selling shells? I guess a little bit. The resistances are lightly interesting, but no, I don't think we want any of these. I'm gonna buy the black pearls. Let's see. Yeah, good enough. I don't actually know if that was the great trade, but still. But yeah, I'd been wandering this desert trying to find this location and just couldn't. Keep the dates. I had done my best. I also was just living up to my namesake and wandering. But hey. Alright. As soon as we enter the con, an armed group barred us access to the well. Our passenger read the situation quickly and hid behind us. These angry individuals declared they had bought the merchant's debts, were looking to take what was due. Could not pay, then he would be sold to slavery. Pay the debt, abandon the merchant, fight. Yeah, I'm in a fighty mood. Who knows? We die. Oh. This is just cake walk. Let's see. 22 damage, easy target, exalted. Yeah, let's hit this guy. The guys don't get a turn. Just absorb shields from them. I actually feel kind of bad. And like there is something to be said about like dude not paying his debts and just fleeing. Like that's not great. But also the like, I don't know, sold into slavery thing is just a little dodgy. And by a little dodgy, I mean like, I don't like that. Well, get some resources. We succeeded in beating the lenders back. We'd hoped they decided it wasn't worth doubling down. In the meantime, our passenger would be able to join the nearest Conic convoy and enjoy their protection. Lenders would surely not dare to confront terrifying Conic warriors. Okay. Let's look at some quests. We have that, but required reputation means higher than what it is. Conic law allowed us unconditional access to the well. We rushed to quench our thirst, as the Conic gazed over us at us indifferently, busy with their own affairs. Materials and market. What do they have? Ability, shield, wind resistance, so that's kind of good. Bone cutlass. Oh, that's very good. Well, all things considered, that's probably as good as we're going to be able to get it. Because, yeah, that's good. This is incredibly good. Especially the extra physical resistance should make it easier for him to tank some hits. And I guess we're just going to carry that with us. The Rice made us an offer. An order needed to be fulfilled. Detour would not be... But the detour required would not be profitable for their heavy convoy. So they proposed we take the second half of the payment to make the delivery directly. Dangerous of subcontracting. Sure. Seemed to be a good deal, so we agreed to it. I'm just going to take every quest because they seem to unlock things for us. Rice asked us to serve as a neutral party in a hostage exchange with some pirates. Conics were in need of help. A band of pirates had captured some of their tribesmen, either destined for ransom or slavery. The Rise hoped to be able to negotiate their freedom in exchange for one of their own prisoners. They wanted us to act as middlemen. Pirates had set up camp near the meeting point, an area safe from crossfire. Okay, we still don't have the service board, which will probably be quite helpful later. Okay. Where are these quests? So, one of them is nearby. Why is this inverted? I have no idea. Escort the pirate to this meeting point. Supposedly we're underleveled for it. But we're also nearby. Oh, well, that ain't gonna work. Ambush! This is why I want to explore this area. It's a series of really garbo dead ends. Why are the enemies here extraordinarily weak? I don't know. I certainly don't mind. I literally stared that guy to death. Get toasted. And unfortunately, I think that overloads us again. It's okay, I can keep eating noble berries. Pirates were on the run. While fighting, someone attempted to circle around the caravan and grab the cargo. But we were prepared for such a maneuver. The Conics must have seen this coming and thus elected not to fulfill the order. They did not mention it, of course, as we likely would have refused. Sadly, we could not prove any of this, and could only move forward. Okay, inventory is overloaded again. So I should drink some of the water. Even if the water sells well. do we have? I guess if I drink one more water, we're good. For a moment. What happens when you have too many supplies? Okay, so I could actually do Steel Volley. No, it's not really going to help me too much. Actually, no. Better that I just knock one of these guys down. Because these two aren't that dangerous. They're annoying, but manageably so. That should put me in a very good spot. There we go. Probably per bleed. Oh, well. Given regeneration. Rude. Yeah, so bleed is not as good as I would have liked it to be. It seems like going for just raw physical damage works better. I'm going to stare that amp to death. Don't think too hard about it. Yeah, give them mental resistance. Or mental weakness. No, we can actually stun him. Ah, reduces the damage it takes. You can't do that. Nothing will stop you from being stared to death by an elephant. Hey, why is this going so much? I mean, I guess it's because I just wandered around in easier areas. The last time I played this, I was just so unbelievably overwhelmed. Oh yeah, it's because meat. Meat's freaking heavy, I guess. So, could get some resources. Don't have an archaeologist. We approached the Cyclopean remnant. We felt fear tinged with respect for the ancients who authored these gigantic structures that merely seemed to grow in size rather than grow closer as we walked towards them. Examine the structure. Can only fantasize about the significance of its inhabitants. Fair enough. Okay, how are we getting through here? I guess here's the thing. We don't care. Oh, I guess that was actually kind of a net neutral. A story told around the campfire. Epic tales of caravans past. Legends of the antiphytic world. Songs of the deadly beauty of the desert. Just what we needed to keep our courage up. And we're extremely happy at the moment. Alright, the pirates came at us in numbers, hands on their weapons. They locked eyes with our prisoner. They seemed to be willing. A painful shriek suddenly tore through the field. It came from behind the pirates. A torrent of canics came brandishing sabers, began methodically massacring bandits. Those that had stepped up to negotiate drew their weapons against us. Unwillingly finding ourselves as the other half of a pincer maneuver, we had no choice but to fight. Oh, I could have leveled up a guy. Whatever. We're fine. Are we? They're our level. I'm just in kind of a nice position to skunk a lot of these things. Yeah, weakness, pretty damn weak. Like they can do a bunch of damage. But it kind of doesn't matter. Ah, mental resistance up. That's fine. Protected. Okay. 87 damage, 78 damage, and a little bit of bleed. I'll hit them both then. poison's not going to do anything. I'm going to go for that then. I think we'll be fine. They can't really do too much damage to the front. Oh boy. So we want to kill the guy in the back though. He's the one with the... Oh, do they... No, that's just speed reduction. They're already so slow. I'm going to do an Inquisitive Stare. Or do we just hit them both? I'm just going to hit them both. Because we want that guy in the back to get toasted. Because if there's one less of them, that makes the rest of my life easy. Easier. It looks like he's going to keep giving mental resistance, which is annoying. But I guess we can counter it. Okay, he's stunned for a round anyway. Probably just start wailing on this guy. Ow. Hurts manageable. Do shields again. We can get plenty of heals. Okay, this one has the least. But boy, they have a lot of physical resistance. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a slog. Once that mental resistance goes down. Fine. Stack all the debuffs. I'll start working on him. Because he's stunned and bleeding. And then I can just do a death pulse. Perfect. And then there was one. And well, he can be a nuisance. He didn't have much. Okay, let's just protect. Yeah. No more mental resilience means this is very doable. I really wish status effects were more powerful than they are. Because that bleed damage is, like, nothing. Mechanics do not negotiate when it comes to their people's lives. They needed a diversion, and lying to us only made it that much more convincing. It's too late for us to protest, and no one in their right mind argued against the fearsome Conic warriors when they thought themselves in the right. For our trouble, we were allowed to the spoils, and to do so as we pleased with the prisoner. Laughing out loud, they commented the pirates were in the habit of selling slaves, so maybe this fate would suit him. We were not in the mood for such jokes. Human resources. See, I think these are just various memories that we pick up. And they give us bonuses. Or more meta progression to work with. Are we overloaded? We are. Again. Well, should I level somebody up? And who? Probably this guy. Oh, we have different upgrades for Death Pulse. I didn't know there were varieties here. So, same amount of damage. Why is this one just dramatically better? Oh, because it's got 2 pips. I love that. I thought these were linear upgrades. I didn't realize there was a rarity system on it. This game is freaking neat. Like, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it like the end-all be-all mercenary company sandbox exploration kind of game, but it's charming. Do we want to die? Well, we want to end the video is the real answer. So yeah, let's fight this thing. Draw the beast out. Because yeah, this video has gone on maybe a little bit too long, and it's time for me to... Ah, sweet, salty run back. We're going to be fighting another bloodworm. We started by fighting a bloodworm, we'll end by fighting a bloodworm. And if I don't die here, then I'll just pick this back up again later. At a later date, or I don't know. We will see. It's not one of those where I'm exactly playing this as a series, but... Okay, what is this doing? 77, ooh, just this big damage. Let's actually hit him with it. This is gonna hurt. So much. Yikes. Okay, ray shield, protect them. Go for the physical resistance. Okay, is that gonna stun him out? It is. The 61. You know, actually, I'm gonna go for the little guys in this situation. No major damage. Keep becoming protected. Oh, okay. He's now doing a thing that we cannot accept. I'm just gonna become galvanized. Finish him off. Okay. Stunned that. He's going for a bite on the back, which is gonna hit. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was not expecting to actually do well here, but hey, after a certain point, I guess you just become strong enough. Sure. That ability has become stinking good. Even better if I actually manage to get the kill, but sadly, no dice here. Okay. At least on its own, it's no longer really much of a threat. Oh, cannot use this on self. Rude. Okay. Probably give it mental weakness. There's a couple of hits that'll make that good. Yeah. The first time I played this, I tried fighting a Predator's lair thinking I'd have an okay time of it, and then I got smacked. Kind of satisfying to see that I've gotten strong enough that that isn't a problem. As much of one. Anywho, might as well mention at this point that Sandwalkers is available on Steam in 1.0. It's been out for a while. I'm just coming back to it because it's fun, and because I legitimately just want to play more of the game. And, you know, put more time into it, see where it goes, see where the narrative ultimately ends up. And, the mysteries, the quests, meta progression, and so on and so forth. It actually seems like it's a smaller game than I thought it was going to be. But frankly, that's kind of good in its own way. I don't need every game to be, like, miserably long, to be honest. Sometimes it's fun to just have a game that is short to the point and very satisfying. Ow. Can I... That sucks. I absolutely should be able to offer them supplies. I had it. I just didn't have it on me because I don't keep myself topped off. It should count if you have stuff in your inventory. And since this isn't getting any more updates, we're unlikely to ever see that get fixed or improved, which is a downer. Okay, we are now starving, but that's not a problem. We can just eat all this extremely heavy meat and leave it here. All right, well, anyway, the other thing is it's 20 bucks off normally, but because of the Steam sale, it is down to, let's eat the water too. Eat the water. Ooh, I think we actually want to go this direction. There's a lot of stuff here. It is down to 10 bucks, which is an extremely good price for what this is. Let's see. Is there anything else to say? Nope, not so much. I'm gonna go fight these cultists, I suppose. I'll probably do it off camera. They die, who knows. But, yeah. So, I guess like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. It's cool indie games. I like to show them off. I like to play them. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.